If you're here from part 1, you're probably wondering what happens to the people who look away. Well, after her encounter, Sophie reported it to the police. They searched the park but found absolutely nothing. But then they showed her a file. In the last 3 years, 7 people had gone missing from that very park. Every single one of them was a dog walker, and every single one disappeared at night. The police had security footage from the nights they vanished. It showed each victim walking their dog, just like any other night. Then they would stop. They would stare at something just off camera. Their dogs would start to panic, barking, pulling on the leash, trying to run away. But the person would just stand there, frozen, staring. Then the footage would glitch out. 3 seconds of pure static. When the picture came back, the person was gone. The dog would be running loose, its leash dragging on the ground. Only one victim's body was ever found. 2 weeks after she disappeared, they found her in the woods behind the park. But the autopsy revealed something impossible. The coroner said she'd been dead for 6 months, not 2 weeks. Her body had decomposed for half a year, even though witnesses saw her alive on the day she vanished, and there was something else. Her eyes were gone. Not violently removed, but dissolved. The report said it was as if something had stared into them so intensely, they had literally burned away from the inside out. Terrified, Sophie hired a paranormal investigator. He dug into the town's historical records and found something chilling. In 1952, that park wasn't a park. It was the site of a psychiatric hospital. One night, it burned to the ground and 40 patients died in the fire. Most of them were from the isolation ward patients considered too dangerous for the general population. The hospital was known for an experimental treatment. They used extreme eye contact exercises, forcing patients to stare at doctors for hours on end, trying to psychologically break them and make them submissive. One patient was a man named Thomas Vale. He had murdered his entire family and then sat in the room, staring at their bodies for 3 days before the police found him. He never even blinked. When they tried the eye contact therapy on him, he stared at the doctor for 14 hours straight. The doctor was the one who broke. He started screaming that Thomas was crawling in through his eyes. The doctor ended up being institutionalized himself. Thomas Vale died in the fire. But when they found his body, witnesses said his eyes were wide open, staring at the ceiling, and his body was crouched on all fours like an animal. Sophie doesn't walk her dog at night anymore. A week after the incident, she was at home, watching TV, when her dog started barking frantically at the sliding glass door. Sophie looked over. There was something outside, its face pressed against the glass, staring in. It was that thing from the park. The stray. She slammed the curtains shut. But now, every single night, she hears scratching at that door. And when she builds up the courage to peek through the curtains, it's always there, staring, waiting, its face pressed to the glass. And every night it looks a little more human and a little less like a dog.